broader question of what happens after you initially pass in the transition period, and when you get the life review, and then what happens after that?
Well, thank you. That's a great question, and I'll tell you, this guy's got a little tan in his aura, so we got to do the steps here. So, bottom line, sequential. We're going for the sequential thing here. That's okay. I like that question. So, everybody's different. Everyone's different. I've seen people cross over and then hang out with their bodies so they can go in the ambulance to the hospital to see who shows up in the hospital just because they're fascinated by it. I've seen other people, as soon as they cross over, they go through the tunnel, they go through the light, they have no clue what's happened to the body. I've had people tell me that they've crossed over, they've popped out of their bodies, and it didn't feel real to them at first. They were like, wow, is this a dream? No, this is more real than that was. The being in the body felt more like it was a dream. They're on the other side, and they instantly have a thought of loved ones, and they're in the presence of those loved ones instantaneously. So everyone, I don't think it's like, okay, you're 2 minutes up, now you gotta go on to the next step. Okay, now you've had that experience, now on to the next step. I've never seen that with anyone. They've all had different experiences. Now, when people say, well, if you go into the light, you see all these loved ones, and then don't you just turn into light then? Don't you just become one? I mean, I know there's belief systems out there that you become one with the ethers and all that is, and there's, in my experience, talking to these people, you all still maintain your beingness. You maintain not necessarily your personality because you have freedom, free will. You maintain the essence of who you are. You don't disappear into nothingness. So some people, now again, follow this, you guys. Parallel universes, and that's quantum physics now. It's not just spiritual woo-woo. Other lives, same thing. Parallel universes here, parallel universes, other lifetimes. And so you get to have different experiences based on what you believe, based on where you go. And the fact that Anita was raised to believe that you pay a karmic debt, she was also raised, also Catholic or something too, right? Not just, or Buddhist and whatever. So she had some conflict in there. But when she got to the other side, remember, all of a sudden it was like, oh, I get it. So she wasn't, here's another key, you guys. The people that aren't attached to their beliefs, like, this is the way it has to be. When you get over there, that's probably what you're going to experience first over there, is the beliefs that you've clung to. People that are really open and going, well, I really don't know, I'm positive, I think it's okay, they have an easier time letting go and just going on to another experience and more expansive experience, right? And really quick, I have to say this. Let me see how many buttons I can push with this one. People like Saddam or Hitler or anybody else out there that played, I believe that they played out a role for the mass consciousness. That aspect of us that's in inner conflict or that's angry or that wants to get even with people or gets, wants to destroy something, there are certain souls that I think volunteer to take on that experience so the whole masses can go, yeah, but it's still a reflection of us. I honestly believe that, and this is kind of what I've heard from people on the other side that are more aware. So, does that answer your question? And I didn't mean to be mean here. There's not a timing. There's not a sequential order. Everybody has had their own unique. Now, some of them have the same ones. What?
But everybody eventually gets a life review at some point.
Yes, everyone that I talk to. Well, a lot of people that I talk to on the other side, they don't even bring that up most of the time. They go, I get it, I get it, I get it, and you kind of sense that they know why they did what they did. But what I've heard from the ones that really explain is when they cross over, they get to feel, they get to see, like instantaneously. You guys remember, we've been trained to think linear, so this is hard to grasp. I'll tell you in just a second why. But they get to sense instantly everything they've done, everything they've said, and every impact, not only that it had on the people that they were immediately connected with, but it ripples out, and they get to experience, if they were nice to somebody, and then that person went and was nice to somebody else, and that person went and did something nice for somebody else, they get to experience all of that. It's like the ripple. Simultaneously, if you do something that actually really hurts somebody, and then they went the next, later that day and was really mean to somebody, you get to feel the effects. We are really all connected, and this is quantum physics too. Imagine, if you will, that somebody hands you a spool of film, is that what they're calling it? You know, the big tin with the film that you go to the theater and it's on a film. Reel, thank you, a reel, right? Somebody handed you that whole thing. Everything that's in that movie is right there in the reel. But in order for us to experience it, we put it through the projector and run it through a frame at a time. That's kind of how we do this. But it's all right there, which is why I can do psychic things and I can see past, present, future. I can see people's other lives because they're all in that one reel right there. I can see them with infinite creativity, infinite choices. Let me get this person over here real quick, okay?
And it's just that you've addressed it a little bit already. I was thinking of the Boston Marathon and the 3 people that were killed and the 2 guys. And what I was wondering, you know, obviously individually they go over to the other side. I was wondering if there would be a process where they might actually interact with each other and come to an understanding and piece of what occurred between.
Right, that's a great question. Okay, so what she asked is the bombers, if the one that had died on the other side, if he comes in contact with the ones that were killed because of his actions, if they interact, if they have a communication, conversation. Again, I just love pushing buttons, but I will tell you what I believe based on my experiences and what I've talked to with people on the other side. Oh, God. Okay, guys, you all chose to come to this planet. You all had a theme, kind of an idea, a plan of what you wanted to do when you came here. Now you have free will once you're here, but that's why I can see aura colors. I know the theme that you've chosen based on the color that's coming off you. It's like, oh, you're a violet, I know what you're here to do. Oh, you're a yellow, I know what you're here to do. So there's a theme that you've chosen. And some people believe that we came, you know, the linear thing, well, you go to this lifetime and then you got to learn and then you didn't get it enough, so you got to come back again, and then you still didn't get it, so you got to come back again, and there's this growth, almost like a punishment. Like we believe that we're here, this is hell or something, and we have to be punished until we finally get the reward, and we finally get to get off the wheel, and we finally get to go to heaven, whatever it is. I got news for you. This is the playground. We came here for fun. We came here for entertainment. We came here to maybe learn, but to also have experiences, to have emotions, to have feelings. Same reason we go to the movies, you guys. I mean, there are people that love to go to horror movies and dramas and war movies, and those are not the movies I like. I like the romantic comedies. But it's the same thing, because otherwise, if what I'm hearing from the other side is that all these lives are happening simultaneous, what is it? What's the growth that you think you have? I mean, there's no linear process here. Right now, it could be that you wanted to learn something in this lifetime to be able to help other people, or to be able to be an adventurer, or to be able to, you know, be a physical being and move rocks or whatever it is. You've got a plan for this lifetime. But, all right, that's a good point too. Let me just say that. You came here because you wanted to have the experience, the emotions, the feeling, the tasting food, the playing on the playground, the being in love, the, you know, falling down and breaking your arm, whatever it is for the experience. So, oh my gosh, there's so many things going in my head now. I just have 3 things I wanted to say, and they all went that way. Would you guys bring it back, please? So basically, what I have noticed with people that go on the other side, and I hate to use the term levels, but some people go to different experiences. Some people like it here, and they come back. It's so cute how many of the violets go, please don't make me come back to this planet. I make you come back. You chose to come here because you want to make a difference. But the violets are like, I'm done with this planet, I'm done with it. And I go, oh, that'll bring you right back here. You leave this plane going, I hate it here, and I go, oh, you're going to get to the other side and go, oh man, I didn't do what I was going to do, and then you'll choose to come back here again. So what I have noticed is people on the other side, they'll go, I want to hang out with my friend, you know, help people on the other side for a while. I want to do something over here so that I don't have to worry about making a living and getting a job and worry about making money. I want to help people over there. I have more freedom over there. But at some point, I want to come back because I want to get it. I came here to be a musician, or I came here to help humanity, and I didn't do it. So I want to try it again. I want to come back and see if I can do it again, which is an odd way to say it since it's all simultaneous, but this is what I hear from people on the other side, only because we express ourselves linearly. Well, that was a good word. So, yeah.
Have you had verification from the other side about the new idea of the bubble universes and how they split off, and so there could be a contest, but really there's 3 winners, but they all go into 3 separate universes?
I have had my own experiences with doing parallel universes. There's infinite number of parallel universes, and I've had people on the other side share things like Anita did. Well, I know that in one universe I've got my brother over here, in another universe I go over here. When they talk about the bubble universe, you talk about quantum physics?
Yeah.
Okay. Without getting too quantum physics on this group here, okay? Physicists are thinking there's 3 different types of parallel universes. One is the universe is so infinite that the mathematics mean that if it goes on forever, then that means eventually all of this has to be repeated somewhere because there's only so many mathematic combinations that you can do it. So that's one idea of parallel universes. I haven't experienced that with anybody on the other side, and it hasn't been my experience. But anything's possible, so they're probably going to experience that because they believe that. And then there are people, scientists, that believe that basically they're all just bubbles that were inside a bubble and they split off and create another bubble and another one, but they're actual physical universes. That may be the case. I haven't seen that yet, but that may be the case. Again, we're infinite beings that create anything we want, so I'm sure there's somebody creating that too. It's like there's people creating demons or whatever. They're creating it for the experience. My experience has been there are infinite number of parallel universes, including other lives, happening around you in the same space as you, as close as your breath, if not closer. We're just not seeing them because it's in another frequency. And thank you for asking that, because I want to explain just really quick how this works with parallel universes, which, do you understand, also relate